Destiny 2 has a lot of interesting weapons. A lot of them are powerful, some are not so much, but there are a few that are pinnacle weapons, that are just the best of the best, and it's undeniable. There's always going to be that one weapon that just ekes out performance-wise over the rest, and that's okay. And in this video, I wanted to talk about one of the more divisive weapons in the game, and that is the Energy SMG, the Recluse, a pinnacle weapon. It's a very powerful SMG that comes masterworked right out of the gate. It's got some kick, and it has decent range for an SMG, but its most defining perk is the ability to gain extra damage on any weapon kill. It doesn't matter if you use the SMG itself or a different weapon, or even your heavy weapon. It also gains a much faster reload on kill as well, meaning under the right circumstances you can chain a bunch of kills back to back as long as you don't run into a super or a shotgun or a shoulder charge or something that can take you down faster than the SMG itself. A lot of people will argue that for a legendary weapon that this is inherently overpowered. And while I will agree that it is pretty powerful, I don't think it's overpowered. I think it's overtuned just a little bit. I can instantly think of 5 ways to beat out a user that's using that SMG. A sniper rifle, shotgun, super, shoulder charge, fusion rifle, any heavy weapon, anything longer range than a hand cannon, a headshot plus a grenade. So it's not like it's impossible to take down a Recluse user. And it's not like the Recluse right off the bat is something super duper powerful. It's only very effective when you're in the closest of ranges, and you only ever get the bonus if you can get the kill, which makes it a high risk, high reward style of weapon. Now, if we had the same perk on, say, something like a pulse rifle or a scout rifle, yeah, that would be a bit overpowered because you're essentially safe at the much farther away distances. But with this SMG, you have to be right up close, right in the thick of it, usually against multiple people at the same time, because at anything further than like 10-15 feet, and the damage drop-off starts to become very aggressive. So you have to use your skill and your quick timing and your accurate aim and just kind of play balls to the wall and hope that one of them doesn't have a shotgun or a shoulder charge or a super lined up. And let's also talk about the fact that this is a pinnacle weapon that you earn after completing a particular triumph that isn't necessarily hard, but it's not easy to do either, as you have to hit Fabled in competitive and get a bunch of competitive wins. For the average player, this is going to take some time. It's a special weapon that you get for a decently challenging achievement, so it should be special. Now, it would be so easy to completely ruin this gun. If you do anything significant to its one defining perk, then it's basically garbage. Now, with that said, that doesn't mean that there aren't ways to bring the weapon more in line with everything else. You could change the Recluse's perk so that it only activates when you get a kill with the Recluse, and then maybe add just a little bit of range to it to compensate for the loss of being able to activate the perk with every other weapon. Or alternatively, you could even make it an exotic and slightly change its perk so that whenever you get a kill, regardless if it's a weapon or melee or a super or grenade, then it activates the buff. And then at that point, it would be in line with most other exotics. Now, if we want to keep it a Masterwork Legendary, we can change other things about the gun instead of messing with the perks. So for example, you could lower the range even further, making it only viable within 5 or 10 feet. You could slightly raise the handling, but drastically lower the stability, increasing both the risk and reward if you're a good enough player. Or another easy fix would be just changing the magazine size from 36 to say 28, or even drastically lowering its reload speed. So I hope you guys can see that there are plenty of things we can do here to make this gun more competitive and a little less overtuned while still retaining what makes it so special. Because right now, we're in a meta of medium to longer range weapons, with some exceptions like this SMG and other guns like the Last Word. And it's important to remember that it's almost impossible to get everything perfectly balanced. There's always going to be that one weapon in every category that's just ever so slightly superior to its contemporaries. It's just kind of a thing. And I think that we as a community for Destiny 2 should embrace that, because what we don't want is to revert the meta to the point where the time to kill is so low that we go back to team shotting everything. When I say team shotting, I'm referring to the early Destiny 2 meta where fights would last between 1 or 2 seconds or even more, and it became way more effective to pair off into teams and take down one person with 2 people. And the whole idea that you could take down 2 or more people by yourself in certain situations if you played just right was almost an impossibility. Unless we're talking supers, of course. So those are my thoughts on the Recluse and how it should be handled. Whether you agree or not is totally fine, as long as you leave a like and subscribe down below. And let me know in the comments your thoughts on the Recluse and any suggestions that you would have for tuning the gun just a little bit to get it into the right place. Thank you for watching. Castoli over and out.